So we are now on to part 7 of the URC team preview, where today we are looking at CONNACHT. So this will conclude the Irish teams. I will move on to the South Africans after this. If you have not already seen the previous videos, I think I've done both Scottish, the rest of the Irish plus the Stormers. There'll be a pop-up coming up top somewhere there, one of the top corners, I can never remember which one, you'll see it. But anyway, you should already know how this works. If you do not, we have a look at the players coming in, players going out, and then try and roughly predict. Now, CONNACHT are a tough team to predict because they can be very on and off. They can have a really good game and then a really poor game and then a really good game and then a really poor game. Or they can have a run of really good games or a run of really poor games and you can't really tell. So, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, let's get into it. So, we're first going to look at the players coming in. There is a total of 9, so a decent haul for them. So, without further ado, the players coming into Connacht Rugby this season are Declan Moore, who's a hooker, who's on loan from Ulster. Joe Joyce, who's a lock, he's coming in from Bristol. Sean Jansen, a back row, coming in from Leicester. Michael McDonald, a scrum half, who is also on loan from Ulster. JJ Hanrahan, the fly half, he's coming in from Dragons. Liam McNaramra, a fly half, he's coming in from Ireland Sevens. Santiago Cordero, he is a winger and he's coming in from Bordeaux. Andrew Smith, he's a winger, he's coming in from the Ireland Sevens. And Sean O'Brien is a back row coming in from Leinster. So some solid players coming in there. There's a few pretty solid players in there, isn't there? All good additions to the team. Now let's have a look and see if they're replacing anyone or just adding strength to the team with the players coming out. So the players leaving Connacht are Shane Delahunt, who's retiring. Livea Fifita, who's going to Onyx. Sheen Maserton, it doesn't actually say anything. I couldn't find where he's going, so I don't know if he's just becoming a free agent or something. Kieran Booth, he's another one who might be questioned if he's leaving because he's meant to be going to the Jersey Reds, although if you've been keeping up with your rugby you'll know that they've folded, so I don't know if he's just going to stay. Kieran Marmion, he's off to Bristol. Connor Fitzgerald, again I think he's just becoming a free agent. And Adam Bryan and Alex Wooten are both retiring. So some decent players coming in and some pretty decent players leaving as well. So again, a fairly regular window for Connacht, nothing too unusual. Now to try and give a rough prediction and talk about that sort of thing. Just having a glance over the squad, they've got some decent depth in all positions, haven't they? Connacht, yeah, some really decent depth and some really good players in there as well. Connacht are a tough team. I think they will do well. Will they come top 8? Well, I have predicted every single other team to come top 8. I just can't see them not. You know, I don't think they'll quite get top 4, but I don't think they'll be far off. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've done the 2 Scottish teams and most of the Irish teams plus Stormers, you know. All of them are usually pretty solid, aren't they? I know the Scottish teams can be on and off, but I think they'll both be quite hot this season, looking at the way things are shaping up. So yeah, I'm gonna say Connacht comes in between about. They won't get top 4, but I think they'll come 5th to 7th. I really do. That's roughly where I want to put them. because they are solid, but I think there are better teams. You know, I don't think they're on the I don't quite think they're at the level of the other three Irish teams. Although they are that good that it's not particularly a bad thing. You know, they're not. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I just don't quite think they're on the level of Munster, Ulster, and Leinster. Although they can be. They can be. They're just not quite as consistent, I'd say. So yeah, I think somewhere around 5th, 6th, 7th, I think is where Connacht will come. Again, I will do a full-on table prediction later on, after I've previewed all the teams. And yeah, I think that's really it. Any much to talk about? No, I think I kind of covered it all. They're a solid team. They just can be quite on and off, Connacht. I've already seen them in pre-season when they played Edinburgh. But you can't really take much from that game because that Edinburgh it was a solid game until Edinburgh brought on a bunch of the academy players in the second half and Connacht ran away with it. But when it was both kind of as strong a first team as you're going to get in the middle of the World Cup, it was solid from both teams, to be fair. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff that I know you really, really want to. And yeah, I shall see you next time, and have a good day. And I'll be back in a few hours after the England-Fiji game to talk about that one.